Bam! It is time for night 3. And guys, guess what? Was anybody watching me? I'm still on Instagram. Was anybody watching me on Instagram? I need to let you know that 10 minutes ago, I was not ready for you, and I'm ready for you now. Are you guys ready for me? This is going to be a great night. So everybody that's on Instagram, I'm going to say bye. I made it to the challenge on time. We're here. Everybody say, hey. I'm going to see who's here. Let's see who's here. Clocked in, ready to go. Let's see, Cynthia's here, Heather is here, Tracy's here, Caitlin, yay for day 3. Miranda, you guys, if you keep showing up, this is hump day. Hump day is the hardest. It's like, oh man, 3 days, right? Tracy's here. Michelle said that I was on Instagram, and I was getting ready. Look, see, not quite ready. It's all right. Michaela, hi Michaela, we were just chatting. Okay, so we're going to hang up on the Instagram live. Bye, guys. All right, we'll see you later. Come to the challenge, link in bio if you want to join. All right, so that's over. And today's fun. Well, every day's fun, I hope. I just go over to my Instagram live. Did I share it? How do you share it? Let's see. Let's go ahead and share it. Is anybody doing anything on Instagram? Everything you guys learn is basic stuff, right? So whatever platform you choose to apply it on is great. Now, granted, Facebook is the place where groups exist, where communities exist. It's much more conducive to virtual parties because of certain things, but you're learning basic social media stuff. So I always teach you launch, master, ad. Who liked that? Who liked that so far? Launch, master, ad, right? I liked that. It's helped me not worry about all the platforms because you can do so many things. So welcome to everybody who is on time. What time is it? 8:33. So we're going to go ahead and ditch the on-time ticker, and I'm going to keep saying hey real quick to everybody. I just was watching Patty, one of my Evergreen students, live party that she did tonight. She's got, she moved into the next program. She's, I don't know, how many months is she in now, Kristen? Same as you, probably a couple months, right? And I happened to see her live pop up. She's like, oh crap, it's like when you're in school and your teacher's watching. But she was doing a great job, and she asked a question, and I want to ask you guys this question because I thought it was fun. She said, what is something unique or different or interesting about you? So drop that in the comments below. I thought that was super, super cute. What is something special about you? What is something unique? I answered her question and I said, I like pickle juice. And then she's like, I'm a feng shui, I don't know, feng shui degree, I don't know what it's called, certified person. And I was like, oh dude, and I answered that I like pickle juice. So I don't care what it is. Is it something silly like you like pickle juice? Is it something that is unique and special about a talent that you have? Let's celebrate our differences and our uniqueness. We talked today inside of my mom's group, very impromptu, about your zone of genius. Okay, and Sue just messaged me about this. And when it ties into like our marketing message, okay, when it ties into our marketing message, if you can figure out what is special about you, what is unique about you, what you love to do, this can help you come up with some fun party themes. This can help you, especially out on social media when you're trying to figure it out. Like, y'all don't have to figure it out. Who are you outside of this? Who were you before you started selling products, right? All of a sudden, because we started selling products, we got weird and we forgot how to be people, okay? So when I teach you tonight, right, about what to post inside of your party and what kind of posts I do and what the purpose is behind them and how to connect with guests before you actually even go live, if you do it the way I teach, I'm just like trying to get you to connect and be people. And sometimes we forget how much value you have to bring and how special you are and what is so different about you and what you can bring to the table. And then somehow you tell yourself in your mind that because Joy says she's a couch potato. I popped it up there and I didn't read it. That you somehow tell yourself in your mind that because you sell products that you're doing something to people. Okay. And so I posted for you guys in this group up in the announcements. I pinned it and I said, what problem does your product solve? Or what solution does your product provide? Because people don't want to buy products. People want to buy solutions. right? Obsessed with sloths. You guys are too fun. I love dragonflies and hummingbirds. So funny. Love collecting rocks. Now remember, if it says Facebook user, you did not authorize StreamYard. So you just have to go up into the description of this video you're on right now and click authorize StreamYard. Okay. So if you want me to see your name. Okay. I think I live in the Bahamas. Is that like a dream, Sue? So, whenever it comes to why I asked you that question, we need to think about these things today as we start setting up the event. All right. Or the group. I'll show you both. Today's pretty hands-on. My posts are pretty minimal, but the time I spend interacting with people is probably a whole lot more time than people do. And then you're like, gosh, that's a lot of work. Like, yeah, but it pays off. Okay. Because people want to buy solutions, not products. And people want to buy from people. They want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And sales happen in the conversations and the connecting. Okay. Sales do not happen because you work for a certain company that has the best products with the best deal. Those are features. Those are great things. And some people might care about that. That might help them make a decision. Those are important things for some people to be able to make an educated decision. Most people just want to know, how much does it cost? Does it work? Or if you've moved them down the process further enough, they don't even care how much it costs. You have provided a solution that no one else can provide. And because of that, it doesn't matter what the price tag is. They need that benefit enough that they're ready to join before you even show them the price. Okay. So this is a lot of sales stuff when we dig into virtual parties, because I like to teach strategy and purpose behind what I'm doing. Because when I show you tonight what to post and then you freak out if you've never done this challenge before and you're like, that's not very many posts, but how are they going to know what's in the product and how are they going to know all the things? Well, guess what? Here's what I need you to remember. If you're following me in the process and we go back to the 8 simple steps of every party, okay? Everybody should have this. If this does not look familiar to you, you need to go check your email, okay? I'm going to pull up the little graphic inside of my Trello board. When we go back to the 8 simple steps of every party, we are going to do our party via a live video if you do what I'm teaching. If you do what I'm teaching, today isn't even time for the party yet. So when I teach you how to set up the group or I teach you how to set up the event, I show you some things to post inside of there. We're remembering that we're not actually in front of the people at the party yet. This is just like a time. This is like the dance party music's on. This is like the 5-minute warm up. Okay. Now I do it for a few days. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If this does not look familiar, I please need you to type in the comments below, tag your party manager, Diane, and say, I need virtual parties 8 simple steps. Everybody should have this in their email. Okay. Everybody should have this in their email. So let's look at where we're at in the process. Stay on the left side with me. And let's look at, I'm looking at my wrong page here. We have already booked a party. Who still needs to book a party? Drop in the comments below if you still need to book a party. Hopefully you all got one. Tonight we get to set up the group or event. I actually shared with you, I like to help my hostess start inviting technically before I set up the group or event. I think it's better. I think it's cleaner. If this graphic wasn't already stuck in PDF world and I didn't have to recreate it, I would probably switch those two, but honestly, they kind of go together. But if you don't already have the group or event set up because it's a pop-up group, I actually don't even tell her that it's ready until I've helped her start inviting. So if you want to set it up on the back side, don't invite her in until you've helped her with how to invite. Who learned something about that last night and what did you learn? Okay. I listened to some of the homework and some of you really, I heard some of you really have that takeaway of, gosh, like I've been guilty of just throwing her into the group and thinking that she can figure out how to invite, or telling her to use the invite button, but not realizing that it could have a negative outcome, right? So if we coach her, like we learned on day 2, we actually don't want to put her into the group or tag her in the welcome post, which you'll see tonight, until we've coached her. Today we get to, after we've got that group set up, we've helped our hostess invite. Now we start connecting with the guests, which I'm going to teach you tonight, and we start scheduling the party posts. So this is where we're at in the process, okay? Tomorrow, which is Thursday, December 10th, my Chihuahua's 10th birthday, and we are having a birthday party. not because I love Chihuahuas that much, but because my children do. Tomorrow, we will remind the guests about the live party. This will be our training, not in real life. We're going to train on this. And then we're going to go live, and I'm going to do a live party with you tomorrow night, and I'm going to teach you how to actually do the live portion. So here's what I want you to and then on day 5, we get to teach you how to follow up, how to ask for the sale, what to do when people don't convert the night of the party, all right? How do you keep the relationship going? Because the reality is most people will not be ready just because you were ready, okay? Just because you decided it was time to present didn't mean it was the right time for those people to join. But you don't get to stop serving them well because you thought that was the right timing. They get to dictate the timing. You get to dictate whether you keep showing up or not, okay? Is that like big for anybody? Because that was big for me. People quit before payday all the stinking time. And the girl who doesn't quit gets to pick up the business that you started, that you warmed up, that you couldn't stick it out through. You just need a simple system so you can stick it out. And I'm going to teach you an effective follow-up system day 4 and day 5, okay? So what was I saying? I don't know, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to jump in today to set up the group or event, talk about the benefits of both, teach you how I connect with guests before the live, and then schedule the post, and remind ourselves that in my way of teaching that the actual party is, I'm going to stop the share. The actual party is the live time together. So think about it this way, okay? When we are here together tonight, granted we get to be together 5 times, okay? But when we're together tonight at the party, so to speak, all right? Everything I do, everything Diane's doing behind the scenes, we're like trying to make sure you guys show up at the training. You guys are trying to get people to show up at the party. So an overwhelmed mind says no. We're not trying to like pour in all the details before they show up at the live. Or why would they need to show up at the live party with you? If they have all the answers, if they have the catalog link, if they think they already know everything your product does, and they're just there to check a box and help out a friend, they're not going to show up at the live party. And you guys are truly going to get the most benefits when you can get the most people in front of you live. Even if you do it scared, even if you do it fun, however you do it, this is the only time I get to bring a human quality to my customers, potential customers, prospects, and leads. Other than that, all the other time, all we're doing is posting, okay? We're posting stuff and we look just like everybody else. So I'm going to show you some examples of some parties. Get your workbooks out. Diane, because she's amazing, sent me a copy of all my notes typed out so I can share them. But tonight is going to be quite a bit of hands-on, meaning that I'm going to be like jumping back and forth between screen shares to show you actually how to set some things up. Now I'm going to download this so I can enlarge it. So far in the challenge, if you're feeling like there's a lot, okay, you're like, man, there's a lot of stuff. Well, good news. When it's over, you've learned a lot of stuff for free in a short amount of time, and you can just like decide which part of it you want to take away and implement. And you're always going to have this to like mentally come back and go, man, I wasn't ready to apply that part then, but I am now. So make sure you're taking good notes. Make sure you have your workbook so that you can always refer back to this. And then some of you that move forward with me, we refresh and we refresh and we refresh and we refresh, because this stuff is the foundation. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this notes sheet. Let's go through this part together. And I want you guys to remind me, are you doing groups or are you doing events? We've talked about it before. I want to talk about it again. If you are experienced to this point, are you doing Facebook groups or are you doing Facebook events? Which one do you tend to prefer? Or are you doing Zoom parties? Some of you are doing Zoom parties. Some of you are doing different third-party platform parties. I know that I've chatted with some of my students about trying some Instagram parties. So where are you partying online at? All right. So this is hump day. This is usually where people start to fall off. So if you have a friend that you don't see on this video, tag her. Girl, where are you? get over here, unless you got church or you got another training, or like, I don't know, that's about all the only reason you shouldn't be here. Maybe you got a job outside of this. Get here, right? And keep pushing through, because this builds day after day after day. We have to keep on building. All right, the way I'm going to do my screen share, I think what it's going to do to me is make me, oh, that was fantastic. I don't think it's probably going to show you the right screen though. Give me just a second. I want to watch my screen to see what it is showing you, to see if it got bigger. And if not, we'll just roll. So what do you guys think is the most important part of the party? I told you that to me, the most important part of the party is the live event. Now, if this screen doesn't get bigger, I'm just going to ditch the screen share, because if it's too small, we're just going to ditch it. These are your notes. Diane is typing in the comments below, so that if you're not sure where we're at, check the comments. Okay, I don't see it screen sharing the way I thought, so I'll just ditch it. The most important part of the party is, in my opinion, the live party. So that's what we're going to stay focused on. That's where we're going to drive traffic to. Our main goal is to funnel. So there's your next word, funnel them to the actual live event. And this is where we get to tell the story, okay? Tell the story. Don't tell about the products and sell the features, sell the benefits. So we're going to set up a Facebook group, or we're going to set up a Facebook event. We're going to get the excitement built up before the actual live time with our guests being in front of us. All right, so let's talk real quick. If you are doing a Facebook, sorry about that. If you're doing a Facebook event, it is a one time is your fill in the blank, very special event. All right. It's just a one-time thing. And I'm going to show you an example of a Facebook event. I'm going to show you an example of a Facebook group, and they have the same content in them, but I want you to see how they appear differently. Okay. A Facebook event has a date and a time. So that's your next two fill in the blanks. Date and time. It's very obvious that something's going to happen at a date and time. Who got an invite tonight to our training? I went inside of the group, I set up an event, and it said live training December 9th at 8:30, and I could invite you. That's an event. That's an event that's inside of a group. It does not have to be inside of a group. Okay. For a one-time pop-up party, I don't recommend a group with an event inside of it, because people have to do two steps. People are like, oh, I got to go in the group, and then I got to be invited to the event. This is a pain in the butt. If you're just doing a pop-up party, either a one-time event or a pop-up group is the way you're going to go. Okay. I actually personally am going to move you past all of that. Those of you that are really ready to like scale and have a business, you're going to see how I do it. Like I've kind of combined all the things, and I just do one group with the ultimate evergreen, never-ending party. It's my complete business sales funnel system. We're going to go into that more tonight or tomorrow night and Friday. Okay. But if you have just like pop-up events like I used to do, or pop-up events like I still sometimes do, that's what an event does. Now, when it comes to groups, people tend to favor groups because you guys can schedule posts. All right. Facebook also has some pretty cool features inside of groups that events don't have. So people like it for scheduling posts. People also like it because they can like make their text bold, and you can do a little bit of different things. You can ask membership questions. And I'm not going to go into all the training on the difference between the two, but those are some key differences. Okay. So my question to you is, what do you favor the most, events or groups? And if so, or which one and why? Whatever you choose, we're going to do the same basic content on the inside. Okay. So I'm going to pop you over to some example parties that I have set up. And the first one is a Facebook group. Okay, so this one is a group. It is an example party. It's not an actual party. So you can see at the top, there's going to be some key parts to every setup that we're going to do, whether we do it inside of a group or whether we do it inside of an event. So this is a group right here, and I made a cover photo. I'm going to show you tonight a very quick and simple way how to do a cover photo. So I like to personalize them. This was just a little example, and the cover photo actually cut off. All right. So I'm going to teach you like the settings that you need to be able to make that fit. It's 640 by 360 if you're doing this on Canva, for those of you who just want to know that right away. If you do it 640 by 360, and if you don't know what that means, it's okay. It will show up on your phone and computer correctly. If you just use like the cover photo template, it doesn't always. So you can see that some of it was cut off. It says, please note this is an example group for my challengers, okay? So this is just a quick little example. Inside of every party, you need a cover photo. If you can personalize it for your hostess, that's super fun. If you're doing an evergreen party like I teach, it's just going to be a standard party cover photo like you've seen in my group that doesn't get personalized to the specific host. You're going to have a title. And a lot of my students that come through this challenge like this idea. I personally like to put the date and or the day and time inside of the title. Now, guys, I actually don't invite my hostess in till like 3 to 4 days before at the most. Okay, so tell me what you're doing. For those of you who are brand new, I have found through my experience that 3 to 4 times or 3 to 4 days ahead is plenty of time to get that hostess like inviting people, get them put into the group or event, and then I've got a couple days to like warm them up before the actual live party. Remembering that's what we're focusing on. Now, your company might teach you differently, different products, you might lean differently, but if you're doing the live party like I'm teaching, we don't need a whole lot of time. We're just like, hey, jump online with me for 30 minutes. It's not a big deal. All right, drink break. What's in your cup tonight? I was thinking about this earlier. Who's drinking wine right now? This is going to be really hot tea, so if I make a face like it's hot, it's because it's hot. So don't look at me right now. I'm really scared. It's really hot. Okay, who's got wine? Who's got coffee? Who's got tea? Who's got water? Who's got soda? What's in your cup? And do you have a favorite cup? Okay, so I like to personalize the title. I don't use company names, all right? Brenda's drinking coffee. Oh my gosh, coffee. Cassandra, Brenda, you guys are going to be up all night like I am. Michaela's like, do you sleep? I'm like, yeah, dude, I just don't like mornings. I stay up late, and then I'm like, sleep until 8 and 9 in the morning. That's how I roll. And then I go all day. Okay, so you need a title. Whether you do an event or a group, you need a title. I like to put the date and time, or the day and time, just to reiterate. You don't need a date. You don't need the date because you're not setting this up over a week ahead, right? So if this is a Thursday party, by Sunday or Monday, I'm going to have my hostess get people in. All right, so you don't need the date, okay? Virtual party example group, you're going to title this whatever your theme is. So what we're doing now is healthy and happy for the holidays, okay? A lot of you do like girls' night party or manage the damage, or what are your party themes? Drop in the comments below. What is the title of your party? What is the theme of your party? The other things that you need inside of here is you need a description. So let me jump to the group description. Whether you do an event or you do a group, you're going to get to write a little description. Now, this is where I personalize it. This is where some of you do things. Anne's got wine, Dr. Pepper, ice water, sparkling tangerine water. I'm off track reading your notes. Sparkling tangerine water. I love sparkling water a whole lot. Okay, my description is not going to try to sell. My description is not going to give a catalog link before the party starts. My description is going to reiterate the benefits, and it should probably look similar to what you gave the hostess as the words to say to invite people to the party. You guys, you're dropping some really super cute titles also, so check out the comments, okay? Super cute, love it. So if your hostess invited well, people already know what they're invited to, but here's the thing. Your hostess might have done what you told her not to do, which is just use the invite button and not explain to her friends what it is. And if they don't explain to their friends what it is, if it's not a personal party or you don't put the hostess's name in the title, which I actually really like to do if it's a single person's party, not multi-host, I like to put the hostess's name right here in the title. So Kathy's virtual party Kathy's Wake Up Your Face party, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central, okay? But even then, people are like, what is it? I don't know. They get to read the description before they come in on the inside, okay? So before they come in, they can take a look at this and they can decide if this is somewhere that they want to be. They can take make a decision. And so I like to just make the description descriptive. I don't include the company's name all the time. Sometimes I do. But we're going to talk more about the benefits that they get when they come into the party, what's in it for them. If you didn't learn this yet, type it in the comments, WIIFM. People only care what's in it for me. Most of them, especially if they're hostesses, that have invited random guests and they don't know you. If you can show up with what's in it for them, they might actually be more likely to show up. So I tell them all kinds of things that are in it for them. I let them know they're going to help their hostess earn lots of goodies. I let them know there's no pressure to shop and that we're even going to have special giveaways. This is my style. Okay, I need you guys to put the you into your party. If this does not feel good, if this does not feel natural, if this is not your style, the scripted party that I had for like 3 months because I didn't know how to do a party, I was just doing what someone else did. It didn't feel like me, but it took me a bit to really figure out what me felt like, okay? So it's kind of a journey, but I like to do the fun. I like to do the giveaways. I like to give incentives. It's a party. It's kind of what people expect. And if you want them to hang tight and you want them to show up, they've already got other things to do. You've got to give them a reason why this might be a priority, all right? So then the other thing that, and I think Diane's already typed these notes for you guys, is your welcome post. I noticed that the picture went away. I went and updated something, so I'll show you a graphic. It's okay, it's in the other group. Here, let me center this for you. The other thing, well, it's not letting me center. That's okay. It's still getting bigger for you guys. The other thing that you want in the group or event before you actually put your hostess in there is a welcome post. And I'll show you a graphic. You could do a welcome video, a welcome post, but some kind of welcome post, whether it's a video or a graphic, that's in there before people come in. And that's going to be the very first thing that you tell your hostess is, hey, I've got the welcome post up. Go ahead and tag your friends in it because the welcome post will explain to people what to expect. So I have some notes on here. It says post number 1, you want to have this up before you add your host. So type to me in the comments below, do you have a welcome post that you put into your group or event? If so, how do you do it? Are you doing a video or a graphic? What do you talk about? What is it? What is the purpose of the welcome post, right? If you're doing a pop-up party, which means a one-time party, then I do it before I add my host. If you do the evergreen party where your hostess might already be inside of that group, okay? So when you get bookings off of bookings and you house all of your parties in one home, your hostess may already be in there because she was a guest last week. If that happens, you're not going to take her out. You're not going to be like, get out until it's your party. You're going to coach her and you're going to say, Rachel, thank you so much for booking a party. You're going to be my hostess next week. I'll be setting up the group on Sunday. Don't invite your friends into the group until then. So you have to coach her if she's already in or if you already added her. Just let her know, hey, you're in, but don't do anything yet, okay? You're going to put the welcome post up. I love giveaway entries. It does not have to be giving away the farm, and it's not a prize for every single time they comment or on every single post, but you're going to see on every post I show you guys tonight, it has a giveaway entry inside of my party. What am I giving? Do you remember under promise, over deliver? If anybody caught my impromptu little live today, go up to the announcements if you missed it. Okay. If anybody caught that, I just showed you my table of stuff. Okay. When I'm telling guests, hey, come to the party. If Rachel gets 5 on the live, she's going to get a special gift from me. When you come to the party, I'm going to have entries for you to get a special gift. It can be just a goodie bag of your favorite things. It can be like I talked about, a digital tool, like a style guide or a makeup tips that's not even a physical thing you have to mail, right? Something that would help the type of people that are coming into the party. You want to pin this post to the top. If you don't know how to do that, okay, these 3 little dots right here, if you're on your computer, when you click it inside of a group, it will say mark as announcement. Mine's already an announcement because I've already put it in the announcements. Once it's an announcement, now you will see the option to pin it to the top. When you pin something to the top, it means it always stays at the top no matter what. Inside of an event, there's only one option, and it's just pinned to the top. In a group, first you put it into the announcements, then you pin it, okay? So I will tag my hostess in this post, and I will have her tag her guests, all right? So what's a quick little description? Here are some ideas. One description of your welcome post might say, welcome to Hannah's party, giveaway entry number 1, and then you ask a question of some kind. And then I just reiterate, when is the live time? Because remember, I'm trying to drive traffic to the live. Welcome to Hannah's party. So here's some examples. Welcome to Hannah's party. You could say introduce yourself. Tell us one thing about you that you can't live without. Introduce yourself and tell us how you know the host. Introduce yourself and tell us what is your go-to drink, and then reiterate the live time. Now I've got some super cute graphics. I'm really sad that it disappeared. You'll see it in the event, but I digress. So that's the basics. You've got to have those things in there before the guests come in. Okay. And I like all those things in there before I add the host. All right. Once that's done, you can add guests. All right. Any questions on that? Drop them in the comments below, and then I will answer questions at the end. Although I'll probably still ask you to like repost your questions at the end. Now let's look at what it looks like when it's an event. So let me make this small for you. So, okay, let me reiterate. I'm going to switch tabs again, just so y'all know what I'm doing. This is what a party looks like when you house it inside of a Facebook group, right? This one's a group. You guys like it because you can schedule posts. You might like it because you can bold the text. But one thing that I don't love is that things move around, right? So if we scrolled past this first thing and we started looking at some of the other things that are inside of here that I'm going to break down for you, these posts, when they're inside of a group, will move based on when they were commented on. So right now, did you see how much I had to scroll down to get to the party? Well, if I commented and I'm like, example comment, and let me move this up a bit. In a group, the post will move up when someone, oops, hello, Carolyn, comments, okay? When that happens and someone puts a comment on a video or on a post or on whatever, then what happens inside of a group is it moves things around. So now once we get past that pinned post, right? Once we get past that, the next thing we see is a video that used to be further down, right? So that's one thing some people don't like, is that stuff moves around and unless people know how to use their settings. So now let's look at an event. So that's kind of the basics of groups. Some of you might be like, yeah, I know that. Well, guess what? You're going to have a downline that doesn't know this stuff. So you're going to have to be prepared to teach people some of this stuff, even if you know it. Do not take for granted what people know or don't know. That's why so many people are stuck and frustrated. This now is an example of an event. So this should look similar, all right? It should look similar. Remember, we have a cover photo, and it's the same cover photo, but do you just see the display is different, okay? When somebody comes into a group versus come into an event, how does it feel? Based on what you just saw, what do you like better? And I'm not giving you a right or wrong answer, but here's an event, right? I'm going to switch it back real quick. Let's scroll to the top. Here's a group, and we can get rid of that. So here's a group. The other one's an event. Now, if I would not have put this here, right? If I would have not put this date and time here, and I would have not put this date and time, which they don't match, it's an example, good thing, in the group cover photo, you may not even know that something's happening at a certain time. That's why that's a big deal. Inside of an event, Facebook does that for you, right? You get to pick the date, get to pick the time, but I still reiterate it in the cover photo, reiterate it in the title. I'm like, show up Thursday at 8:30. Does anybody not know when we're supposed to be here? And you guys are going to see the exact same thing I just posted before, but just in an event, it displays differently. So in an event, there's something called details. It is the same description I used in the other one, but you can just see how this is laying out differently. In an event, we have a guest list. So we can, and this was just an example. This wasn't really something that I did as a party. So I invited a couple people. This is a past event. So this is different. In an event, you can pin a post, but I don't want that one pinned. That was after the party was over. I pinned the thank you up to the top. Let's go back to the beginning of the welcome post. and we're going to pin this one to the top. So inside of an event, you don't have an announcements option. You only have the option to pin it. So you're going to pin it to the top, and then when we refresh, now you're going to see at the very top is that welcome to the party. It should look just like what you guys saw earlier. Same basic description, only this one, the photo actually loaded. Okay, so you can personalize it however you want. So that is the welcome post. And what I do then is, and you guys can see some little example comments. This was just me and a couple girls practicing. What I will do as the consultant is I will come down here and I will tag my hostess. So if Laura is my hostess, I'd be like, @Laura, tag your guests here, okay? And so then what happens is the hostess would then tag all of her friends. So this says, assume I'm the host. And if you're on your phone, this is like super small. I know that. Whoa, what just happened? I was trying to make it big for you guys. So in the little conversation here, assume I'm the host, you're tagging the people. And so then the hostess would tell her friends, hey guys, comment on this welcome post and Kathy will put you in her giveaway. This is hostess coaching. Your hostess does not know to do this stuff. You're going to message her and be like, hey, I got the party set up. I tagged you in the welcome post. Will you go tag your girls, just welcome them to the party and ask them to answer the first giveaway. Now, what happens from this time for the next 24 hours, this might be a little bit different for you guys, okay? For the next 24 hours, I don't put anything else out there, all right? For the next 24 hours from the time I set the party up, or set the event or group up, and I've added my hostess, her job is just get people in, get people in, get people in. And what I'm doing during that time is I'm coaching her. Hey, are we getting people invited? Is there any way I can help you? How's it going? Awesome. I see you've got 3 people in. Who else can you think of? And as she's tagging people, I'm interacting with those people on the welcome post. So if Tracy was the guest and she says, I'm excited, I'll be like, Tracy, so glad you're here. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night at 8:30. Patty, and maybe she answered the question and she's like, I'm drinking wine, I'm drinking soda, whatever your question is to start some talking. Then I'm just engaging with that and I'm coaching my hostess to keep getting people over, okay? So I'm not trying to overwhelm people with lots of posts. Typically this welcome post for me, I do my parties on Tuesday nights. We put the welcome post out on Sunday. So Sunday is the welcome post. We're going live on Tuesday, okay? The earliest I would probably do it is Saturday. Otherwise, the party goes stale. People are burnt out. We're really just trying to get people understanding, show up on the live. We don't want them tired before the live even starts. They're like, okay, now what's next? I'm going to give you a couple tips real quick here. Let me jump into my Trello board and X that out and X that out. And that's not the board I want. Okay, so how are things feeling so far? Is this like massively different than what you guys do? Is this feeling good? That's not the track. That's not the board I want. I want my party set up. There we go. Are you guys learning something new? Are you having fun? Are you understanding how I do parties, right? Okay, this is how I do it. So pre-party tips. So between the night, and these are just some notes, you guys need to scratch these on your piece of paper. If you get the Trello board, you have all this in there. Krista won this Trello board, all right? So maybe here in a minute, what time is it? 9:08. Gosh, I better do a homework winner. And then we'll do our on-time winner. But this is one of the prizes, is this Trello board that has everything in it. Now, I don't just give this away, man. This is like hundreds of dollars of stuff, right? Chris is like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm like, I know. It's my whole party system. So no, I'm not going to give you all of this. You can write down whatever you can grab from it, okay? Krista, it is a ton less work, but you're going to work with the people. You're going to spend your time connecting with the guests, not figuring out what kind of pretty stuff to post. So between the setup and the night of the party, I'm going to post one time a day. And then it says, see the post on pre-post. You always have the welcome post be the first post, always, okay? The welcome post is your first post. From that time, you're going to stay on top of the group. You're going to make sure that guests and your hostess are engaging, and you're going to stay in touch with your hostess. Now, what happens if nobody's being added? You're going to check in and you're going to say, hey, Stephanie, I wanted to check in and see if you've added any friends to the party. Can I help you with inviting? I've actually had my hostesses say, yes, would you please? And then I'm like, oh, let me figure out how to do that. How could you guys think about this right now? What if your hostess is like, yeah, can you please help me with inviting? Can you think of any creative ways that you could help your hostess get some people to the party? All right? Think on that for a minute. So what happens if she does get people to the party, but no one is engaging? I'm going to check in. Nobody's commenting on the post. Whoever has this, you're like, nobody's commenting. You're not the first one, okay? It's okay, but we've got to figure this out. So I might say, hey, Stephanie, I've been posting in the party. Could you go comment on the posts? And hey, could you maybe even tag some of your friends in those posts and help them start interacting? Thanks, girl. I'm working to help you have the most successful party, all right? Now, another thing you guys can do is if there's low sign up, there's only like 3 or 4 people in, you could put a little fun post inside of the party and say, hey, what did I do with you guys? If you will add 5 friends to this challenge who show up in the challenge, I will have a gift for you. How many of you guys did that for me? If you will go post this in your stories, if you will go post this on your Facebook wall, I'll give you a shout out. How many of you guys did that for me? People want to help you, right? Your hostess's friends want to help her, but they may not know how. People have to be told what to do, and they have to be told how to do it. Don't expect them to just know what to do when you say, hey, add some friends. Okay, how? Hey guys, go put this post out on your Facebook wall. Let's see if we can all get 2 more friends over to Stephanie's party. All right. Now, here's something I want to come back to. Yes, that's what I want to come back to, Cassandra. I asked you the question, what would happen if your hostess says, yeah, I'm kind of having a hard time inviting. Could you help me? Give her a very simple post. And first of all, you're always, no matter who it is, you're going to be like, I understand. You don't understand, you don't get it. That's right, I understand, okay? Totally get it. Life is busy. Let me help you, okay? I'm going to give you a quick post. Why don't you just go copy and paste this on your Facebook wall? If she doesn't do that, you can go do that with her permission. You know what? Let me help you out. Do you mind if I go put something on your Facebook wall? Do you mind if I put something in my stories and tag you? I'll help you get some people interested, okay? You guys can do this stuff for her, all right? Remember my example, if you guys missed it and you need some verbiage help with how to coach your hostess through this whole process, go up to the announcements. I have some screen shares of a conversation I had with a recent host. I think it was a host from August. I like that one because she was not on top of inviting, and it was the night of the party, and she's like, should I just do it next week? I'm like, no. We're doing this. I'm like, no, it's no big deal. Like, you just want him to come to a 15 to 30-minute Facebook party. It's not a big deal. Go ahead and invite him right now. And she's like, cool. Remember, all this work right now is just to get excitement, to get to know the guests. So between the time that that's all happening and the hostess is adding friends, I do this, and I want you guys to make a decision what's best for your business. I do friend request my hostess's guests that she has invited. Now, I want you to realize that I'm not mass inviting. Everybody's products are different. Everybody's company is different. I want 5 people to show up with me live. When I can get 5 on the live, I will close on average 25% of those people, 20 to 25%. One person will typically buy a big package. One person might be buying something little. And the rest of the people are new contacts and new leads for me. And sometimes they convert the next week, and sometimes they convert the next week, and sometimes they convert a year later, and sometimes they never convert. But I know that if I can just develop the relationships with a few key people, right, who are qualified. When I coached my hostess well, and I said, I'm looking for moms who are tired, who've put on extra weight, and they feel like not good about themselves, who've complained about lack of energy. Like, I coach her for those people. If I can get those 5 people in front of me, I don't need 50 people that I'm trying to figure out who they are, right? So I friend request them, and I send them a very simple message. Hey there, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Kathy. I'm doing Stephanie's party on Monday night. Thanks for the friend request. Are you new to, and you can say the company name, or how do you know Stephanie? Or we're going to be sharing healthy living and nutrition. Which one interests you the most? Now, for some of you, that feels pretty forward, but I would challenge you and ask you, is what you're doing working? Okay. If you're not getting results, maybe try something new. I've never had somebody be like, who are you? And me not be able to turn around and say, oh, so glad you asked. I'm Kathy, the consultant that Stephanie just invited you to a party. I'm the one that's doing the party. Just wanted to say, hey, wanted to introduce myself. I get to see you live on Thursday night at the party. This is for people who RSVP'd, okay? So we have a connection. These are not, but they don't know that we have a connection. I have to fill in the gaps for them. Tell me how you feel about that. This has been extremely effective for me. If you have zero follow-up system, if you have what I'm going to teach you in the next 2 days, you will no longer have zero follow-up system. But if you're like I was a year ago and you have zero follow-up system, at least by friend requesting them, because I'm branding myself on social media, because I'm putting myself out there continually. I have had people, I'm going to stop the share for a minute, guys, and jump back over to my notes. Because I do that, I have had people come to me and say, hey, I'm ready to join your business. Hey, I'm ready to buy your products. And I was like, who are you? I can't figure out who you are. And they're like, oh, I was a guest at Jen's party 2 months ago. And I was like, oh, they're like, I've been watching you on social media. I just wasn't ready then, and now I'm ready. Okay. At least it's one way to stay connected. Not always the most effective way. It's a bonus. There's more effective ways to actually be purposefully following up, but at least kind of by happy accident, I stayed in front of some of them. Then now I get on purpose. Now I have an actual follow-up system. Now I get on purpose. All right, so back to your notes. If you guys have questions, drop them in the comments below. Actually, it's time for an on-time winner, and I'll do our day two homework winner, and then we will continue through our notes, and I will show you examples of the other types of posts I put in the party before we actually do the live event. And tomorrow is the example of how we actually do the live party. All right, so let's check in for an on-time winner for tonight. Diane, you might not have picked me one, and that's okay because my phone's actually working. I can see everybody's comments tonight, so I'm going to check. And then I'm also going to pick a day 2 homework winner. Now, if you guys are not, oh, good job, Diane, you're fast. If you guys are not sure what to do for homework, all you have to do is go live, tell us 2 takeaways, and then there's a little action step each day. Some of you are like, God, there's so many posts in that group. Just turn off notifications, okay? Turn them off, mute them, and know when to show up for the live training. As long as you know when to show up for the live training, if everybody else's notifications are too much for you, then you know when to show up. And everything that I do that you need to see is put up in the announcements at the top, and it's also in the units at the top because Diane's moving stuff over there, all right? You guys love learning from each other, and you're in a community, and this is a family this week, and you're here to support each other. I encourage you to watch 2 videos a day. It's part of your homework. Just two videos a day. Go learn something from someone else in this challenge. All right. Okay. Kay Griffin. Dun, da, da, da. I have a feeling now people are going to be like, I want that Trello board. I want that Trello board. Kay Griffin, are you here tonight? If you are, I know you were at the beginning, you are tonight's on-time winner. So congrats to Kay. You guys are going to see tomorrow when I do my live party demonstration that I do an on-time drawing for every party, and the person must be present at the end to win. What is the strategy there? Can you identify a strategy there? Just saying. Okay, day 2's homework. Let's go find somebody who picked up something from virtual parties challenge hostess coaching training, and we will pick a homework winner. We had 3 winners yesterday because we also gave a bonus gratitude journal. So congrats to our winners from yesterday as well. And we've got bonus material coming up for you guys. So if you're like, it's already day 3 and I haven't won yet, don't worry. You still got time. Okay, so we're going to pop over. I'm going to show you guys, just in case you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing for your homework. Let's show you some people who have been doing it. Diane is also tagging your topics because she's amazing. Seriously, because she's amazing. She's like, I put everybody's stuff in topics. So the popular topics, if you guys go here, you can actually see that she's tagging your homework as well. Okay. So if you go to homework day 2, you can see all your friends that are doing homework. If you go to homework day 1, if you go to the intros, you can check out all those things. So all these people here, and I have not gotten to see all of them, but these are people who have done their homework. My computer's slow. Cynthia did her homework. Laura did her homework. And you guys are having some like aha moments. You guys are having, this is fun, this is hard, I'm learning new things. Hey, by the way, who hates when Facebook freeze frames you? Rochelle, I saw your face, it was funny. Like, people are like, I hate how Facebook freeze frames me. Well, it's okay. Like, I don't change it, I just think it's funny. But you can change that if it really bothers you and you're like, I do not like the way it freeze frames me. You can change that on your own video, but you have to do it through your computer, okay? So, all right, so I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm not going to screen share for a second. It'll make you guys sick. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and then I'll scroll around and pick a day 2 homework winner. All right, so back to our notes while I'm scrolling all of the things. Between the time that you do that welcome video, you're getting the guests in, you're creating engagement, you're friend requesting people, you're just saying hey. Then each day I do 1 post leading up to the party. And if you've ever been in my training before, tell me what the day 1 post that I do is. Well, the welcome post is like the first post, all right? So the group is set up, the event is set up, we do a welcome post. On the next day, so 24 hours later, which kind of post do I love to do the most? Pop quiz. Which one do I love to do the most? And while you guys are typing me about what you think is a great engaging post to do inside of your group before you go live, I'm scrolling around and I'm going to stop on this person right here, and it is Carly Larkins. Let me celebrate you, Carly. You are our winner of homework day 2. So Carly Larkins, throw up a bunch of hearts for Carly. K-A-R, I think it was, now I'm second guessing myself. Was it K? Was it C? K, C, K. It's a C. Carly Larkins, if you are here, you won, and you don't have to be present for homework. I know we got lots of time zones. Carly Larkins won the homework winner, so please message me if you won tonight, okay, on time or the homework. So congrats to you. You guys can choose from those digital products. We've also got some physical products, the journals, Starbucks cards. I will message you your prize list, okay? So a great post that I like to do personally inside of my group or event after the initial thing is set up, after we've got the welcome post. Oh, I was going to get back onto my notes and make sure I'm staying on track. Is I actually like to do a poll, P-O-L-L, poll. Okay, that's one of my favorite things. It gives me insight into my audience. So I'm going to show you that in a second here. I want to jump back into my notes and make sure I didn't miss. I was like going off memory. Okay, so we talked about in paragraph number 3 on your workbook, events and groups. Okay, after you've got that set up, what our next step is put your hostess in the party, help her invite, ask her to tag the guests in the welcome posts, respond on the guests' comments, because you guys are getting to know people. You are a connector. You are a networker. Don't forget that part of your job. Send them a friend request and a personal Facebook Messenger message if that feels good and authentic to you. To me, it does. It works really well. And I get into conversations with a lot of people before the party even starts. So when we show up together live, I'm already their friend. Super important. Okay. The next third to bottom paragraph of your notes says when you need more results and you're trying to figure out where to get results and where they're going to come from, you have to remember that this comes from connecting with your guests. If you feel like you're not getting sales, if you feel like you're not getting bookings, like parties off of parties, if you feel like you're not getting business partners, are you connecting? Are you learning anything this week? One way that you could connect a little bit more with the people on the other side of the screen, okay? You can sell online, and maybe you can make a quick sale and be gone, or maybe you can actually connect and find a need and solve a problem and be the one that's different, and then get big sales and get business partners and get people who want to book parties with you. But sales happen when a connection happens, and the magic truly is in the messenger, okay? Connecting through the Facebook Messenger is where most of my sales actually happen. All right, no matter what pretty post you put out, if you guys like these next things that I show you, the true magic is really in the conversation in the messenger, okay? Between the day that you set up the group, so these are the bottoms of your notes, between the day you set up the group and the live party, you're going to add pre-party posts. Pre-party posts, my rules for what you post. So the poll is going to be one of them. There's going to be some little graphics and little games. My rules for what I'm going to post pre-party, they have to be easy to answer. So Diane, if you haven't typed this yet, I know you will be, but I want you guys that are listening to type that. When you post anything in your party, it should be easy to answer, okay? You want it to help create sales, and you want it to help you get to know your audience. That doesn't mean we're going to be putting out product promotions. So you're going to see how this works in a minute here, okay? And then the last thing, and this is what I was just starting to get into, one of the most simple and effective pre-party posts is called a poll, P-O-L-L, And I'm going to show you that in a second and show you some other engaging posts. And then that's all we cover for today. Tomorrow we actually get to do what do we do on the day of the live party? What do we post the day of the party? How do we remind the guests? How do we make sure everybody shows up? And how do we actually do the live party? Make it engaging, make it fun, and then we'll lead into follow-up on day 5, okay? So one of the most simple and effective pre-party posts is a poll. If guests are not engaging, what are you going to do? If you have no engagement on your post, what are you going to do? Type in the comments below. Pop quiz. Tag your hostess and ask her, hey, can you tag your friends in this post that I just put up, right? Tag your friends. You guys, Facebook group engagement is down. Notifications have automatically been turned off. So you have to tell the guests, like, will you turn on notifications, right? There's notifications in events and there's notifications in groups. So you could even do a little game that says, hey, show me your screenshot of you having your notifications turned on and I'll put you in our drawing again. Try to find ways to get people to do this. Okay, so let's wrap up with other things that I post in the party. These are just going to be examples. These are not like the best or they're not the worst. They're just what I do, okay? Let's not overthink this stuff, but let's have purpose in what we do. And these little graphics, I will tell you which ones I've made and which ones were like ones that I found in other groups, but I'll tell you at the end of the day, if anybody wants to hang tight at 9:26, if anybody wants to hang tight, I'll take you inside of my Canva where I make my own graphics. So if you want to hang tight for that at the end at Q&A, I can just show you some stuff. But when you can make your own graphics, the algorithm favors original content, okay? So if everybody copies and pastes the same thing, even if you get this Trello board, it's better to like just go into your Word swag or go into Canva or tell us in the comments what graphics, go into Instagram stories, make a little graphic and save it. You don't have to be super advanced to do this stuff. But one thing I like to do is Simon says, name one item you cannot make it through without the day. That's a fun and little engaging post. People like to answer that. Oh, I forgot to show you the poll. The poll's probably going to come up. I think it's probably in these examples anyway. This is one that you could put out. So maybe your party's on Tuesday, and on Saturday you open it up with a welcome post. On Sunday you do a poll, and on Monday you play a little game like this. I like to have a purpose behind all of the things that I do. Oops, I don't want you guys to see all that. Hold on. I want to jump to the pictures. Let me jump to all the pictures. There we go. So another one that we just talked about that's honestly my favorite is a poll. And when you do a Facebook poll, most of the time I've heard that you have to do it from your computer. Facebook is changing all the time. And when you do it from your phone, some people cannot find the option to add a poll. Okay. So let me oh, you can't, I'm on a different screen. Okay, we won't do that right now. If you don't know how to do a poll, you just act like you're going to go start a new post, open up the options, and one will be poll, P-O-L-L, and you're just going to ask an engaging question. People answer polls pretty easily. Like, it's always my most engaged post because all they got to do is click a dot. And so think about the type of products you sell, think about the benefits of what's going to happen at your party, and ask them a question that's going to give you insight into your audience before you even show up with them. That's a big deal, okay? So with a health and wellness company, you might say, if you could change one or two things about how you look or feel, what would they be? Increased energy, excess weight, skin issues, and there's one more you can't see. If you were with, I use Color Street a lot because my Color Street girls often say, but I only sell one product. But your product solves a problem. And what is your ideal or target market person's problems? How can you be a solution? So who out there no longer is getting their nails done and why? And then give them some options. Can't afford it, don't have the time, need to stay home right now, it's whatever. And then you can figure out how your product can be a solution. This is another one I post. You guys don't have to use my graphics, obviously, but I have to show my graphics because they're ones I already had made. So whatever your product is, if you're with Pampered Chef and you have some great little kitchen tools, show them 4 things that are your most popular selling items and just ask them a question. Here's our 4 most popular items. Which one would you love to have in your kitchen? Or I use this with the protein powder. Here's 4 different ways to use our protein powder. Which one would you choose? And it's just fun. It shows them there's different ways to use it. It's easy to answer. It tells me about my audience. I'm like, Oh my gosh, like 8 people voted on the protein smoothie. Then you know what you could say? Hey guys, I saw that you all love the protein smoothie option. I have a recipe. If you want the recipe, it's inside my VIP group. Drop recipe below. I'll get you over there. Or it's on my email list. Drop smoothie below and I'll get you the email. Okay, these are ways that you move people out of just that one-time party. Some other little games that we play. This is one that's going to help sell your product without selling your product, okay? So on this one, you're just going to say something like, here's 5 of my favorite products or 5 of my favorite solutions to more energy and clean skin and feeling better. Cannot wait to share more with you on the party Thursday night. See you then. So we're not trying to be like, the fizz boosts metabolism, has this, and sell. In the question and the engagement and the description, you want to create curiosity and you want to know that you're there to provide a solution and you want to get them excited, okay? Before and afters, you have to be careful. Certain companies cannot do before and afters anymore. This little one here, I like this one because so often we're like, we have to tell people how fantastic our products are. And we have to tell them how great everything about us is. And we have to tell them. And when you think that you have to tell, the reason why you're so panicked to tell is because you think you're never going to have a next. You think you won't see these people again. And if you're fearful of that, you're like, I have to tell them that, you know, that it's got clean ingredients. I know some of you are with Party Light and your waxes are different and they're clean. And you might feel like I've got to tell them. Well, yeah, but you get to do that at the live party. Right now, the posts are just there to start some engagement, to build some excitement, to be fun and to not overwhelm, and then to reiterate, hey guys, by the way, see you at 8:30 at the party, okay? So maybe on this one, I'll say something like giveaway entry. Our products have a company motto that talks about how clean the products are and what the ingredient policy is. Solve this puzzle for another entry into my drawing. See you at the party 8:30 on Thursday. Can't wait to share more, okay? So that's what the purpose of that is. I like to have a purpose. Little makeup graphic. What's one thing you would use? And if nobody's answering that and you thought you were going to do a makeup party because you're with a makeup company, you might be like, all right, these people don't wear makeup. They're all answering chapstick. What do I do now? Pivot. This is my last demo of a graphic. I really like this game a lot. It gets a lot of engagement. This will be different depending on your company, but you can go into Canva and make something similar. Use this for inspiration. Guess how many products I use every day? Okay, so what's really fun about this, I'll say, guess how many products I use every day. The person who gets it on the dot gets an extra entry into the drawing from me, or everybody who guesses it gets an extra entry into the drawing from me. See you Thursday night. Can't wait to tell you what the answer was. Okay. So driving traffic to the live, getting excitement. And what this kind of subliminally, I think, tells people is, wow, like they sell a lot of things that she uses all the time. So when I go live and I'm like, hey, who played that little game? By the way, the answer is 23. Can you guys believe that I use 23 products out of this catalog every single day? I get to buy 23 products that me and my family, well, that's my personal use, by the way. If you're just with a one company, product company, make the game different. Guess how long our nail strips last. Make that the little game, right? Teach them something, but make it fun. And then you get to do a lot more of the sharing and the teaching and the telling the story at the actual party. Okay, so those are my little graphic examples. I think I wrapped up all of our notes from today. I'm going to jump in and just see what kind of questions we have. And I am going to take you inside of Canva because our training time is over. But some of you have never made your own graphics. And whenever I do a short bit of a Canva training, people seem to enjoy that. So the rest of our time together tonight is I'm going to look inside of Canva with you. I'm going to show you some of my past graphics that I've made. And then I'm going to scroll some Q&A. I do need a favor. If you're going to stay on and you have a question that you want answered, StreamYard's letting me scroll up pretty well. But if I don't answer it, then rewrite it, okay? So I'm going to scroll real quick questions and then I'll jump into some Canva. Hopefully that helped you. What do I think of an event inside of a group? It's time for a drink break. Let me think on that. I actually already know the answer. I'm just really thirsty. Can somebody play some music? This would be a good time. So if you think about it, I set up an event inside of a group tonight, inside of our group right now, right? And my thought about that is this a pop-up group or is this an existing group you already have? Okay. So inside of my group that I already have, I will set up an event to notify people about the party because they're already in the group. But if they're not in the group and Stephanie's going to invite them for the first time and she's like, hey, I'm hosting this little party. It's inside of this group, but it's actually inside of this event inside of this group. People get really turned off with having to join a group to get to the party. Now, I house all of my parties inside of a group, but I just do the party right inside of the group. Okay, so we're going to talk more about that as the week goes on. I'm going to show you more of that. That's what our program, part of what our program includes. Okay, let me know if that helps. Krista said all this seems like a lot less work. Ain't nobody got time for 8,000 posts a day. Now, those of you who do, and you're using Post My Party or SendShare or something, I just am doing my party differently. I'm focusing on the live. Okay, so if you're focusing on the live, there's really not a lot of need for all that post. If you could simplify it even more and be like, hey, Ann, I'm doing a party tonight at 8:30. Can you get 5 people to jump on with me? She's like, sure, cool, done. Show up, right? If you want to, a welcome post and a live video. That's it. Don't overcomplicate this stuff. The time where you really are partying is when we're live together, okay? If you're doing it this way. Now, if you're doing like the 2-week parties where it's a lot of posts, if it's working, you do what's working. What a lot of people are coming into these challenges with is it's not working. It's easy. I put it into a scheduler, but I'm doing what everybody else is doing and everybody's tired of it. Does anybody feel that way? And if you do, then mix it up. Try something new. Do a live party. See what happens. Stretch yourself. Be different. Be uncomfortable, and it'll be worth it. Oh, that's one of Diane's things. One thing I've had no luck with is have my host. Okay, one thing I've had luck with is have my hostess ask 1 or 2 of her friends to be hype girls to increase interaction. Okay, so that's kind of where you're like coaching them, like, hey, be like more interactive to kind of lead the engagement. Is that what you mean? I would assume. So you can kind of coach people to do that. And you guys, get your hostess to post in the party. When I'm posting 1 time a day, that's all I want to post from me. If those guests want to go post in there, if those hostesses want to post in there, that's great. They just don't want to be seeing like, here's another game to play. Here's another product to look at. Here's another this. You know, if you can get like engagement going, who else has used a product? Post your favorite product. Somebody come in here and do a live video. I'll put you in the drawing again. People will do stuff. You might be surprised. Facebook group for different hostesses, not anymore. I don't. I've done 2 Facebook group parties, but then it just hangs out. So we kind of talked about this problem, I think, in the beginning, and I don't anymore do like all these. I probably have 400 groups open from all these past parties. Tomorrow night and Friday, I'll share with you what I do now. But a lot of people, especially if you're new, you're not going to start a brand new Facebook group. It's like a baby. It takes a lot of work. It's like a new puppy. I've posted a Party Crashers graphic before. I don't know what it is, but would you please go post it in this group and show us what it is? Yep. This has just been my complaint from people. If it's a pop-up party, you don't need 2 steps. Why do you need 2 steps if it's a pop-up party? All right. Now, if it's a pop-up party and you have all the content in the group, but you set up an event just as a reminder to say, hey, Facebook notifies people. I like it. I did that with you guys today. I let Facebook notify you this is coming up, but the content's in the group. You don't want stuff hidden in the event. It's very confusing. Yes, ask them to refer friends, okay? Did we have to say somewhere we did the homework? Nope, as long as you're doing the homework. Oh, your homework. Would you guys like to know what your homework is? On day 3, I never picked up all the papers that Dylan sprayed all over the floor. That's okay. I already know what the homework is. On every single day, you go live for 2 minutes at the most with your 2 top takeaways. And then there's a little like, would you also share this? Okay. So on day 3, you're going to go live no more than 2 minutes with your top 2 takeaways from everything we talked about tonight. And then you're going to share an engagement post or a game that you would like to post in your party, like an idea, either one that you learned tonight, like a poll, or the little Vanna White Wheel of Fortune, whatever it is. Or if you have one already that works really, really well to get engagement and excitement, and it actually has a purpose, share that. And then use the hashtag. You always want to use the appropriate hashtag for the day. And so for homework day 3, it's HW day 3. If you use that hashtag, we can easily find your homework, okay? So homework day 3, homework day 3. This is day 3. When you use homework day 3 hashtag HW day 3, we can search it. Diane will tag them. And then when we search for winners, that's how we can find it, okay? Two takeaways, 2 minutes, and comment on 2 other people's videos. That would be fantastic. And then let us know something that you learned tonight that you want to apply with an engagement post or something like that. So that was that. Yvette, you didn't win tonight, but maybe tomorrow night, maybe Friday. Anne wants the Trello board too. Anybody that goes into Evergreen gets everything that's in my Teachable, my PCAT-U, my Evergreen girls get it all. And we're doing an Instagram workshop next week too. They're going to get to be in that. They're super excited. Keeping people on till the end. Michaela was answering why I say you must be present at the end to win. Michelle said she wasn't able to get her homework in on time. That's okay. That's okay. You can do it tomorrow, right? Your mouth is always open and your eyes. Oh, great. Me? That's horrible. Don't say things like that. Please tell me that's not true about me. Oh, not me. You're talking about on the freeze frame. Do you guys want to hack? Do you want to hack for how not to have that happen to you? When you go live, when your video first starts, do something like this. Or in the middle of your video, do something like this. If you freeze, Facebook's going to grab a freeze. Okay, so I anticipate tonight when this uploads, one of those freezes should be the freeze frame, not something ridiculous, I hope. Miranda said, I'm so glad Kathy scrolled past mine because she was freeze frame. All right, let's get to more questions, and then I'll take you into Canva if you all want to stay, or I could click out and come back to Canva. I don't see anybody else talking to me about questions. You can do the event outside of the group. Yep. So if you looked back to what we did earlier tonight, Anne, and I don't know if you're still on here, but when I showed you the event versus a group, it was just a pop-up event. Okay. So if you guys don't know how to set that up, I didn't do that part. If you don't know how to set that up, I can share real quick with you how to set up a new thing. All you do is go to the blue F in the top left of your screen. Okay. See that blue F where my mouse button is? Click on See More. Okay, when this drop down comes down, if you want to set up a new group, just choose groups. And when you click on group, it's going to let you create a new group. All right. If you want to do an event, let's go back. You're just going to scroll down until you see events. Okay, click on events and then create a new event. When you create an event this way, it's just a pop-up event, right? It's just a one-time event. It's not connected to a group. It's just an event. So one event, I showed you guys this the other day, Barbara's birthday bash, I think. Did I do that in this class? When I did Barbara's birthday bash, even though I do have a Facebook group, she wanted to do it as a private event. So when we did her event, it was not inside of a group. It was just right here, okay? This was just a private event, right? So yeah. Otherwise, if you already have a group, like we do with our virtual party challenge here, okay? If you go up to the top of your groups, you do have the option when you come across the top here, drop down on more, and you have events right here, okay? And you can set up an event within the group. Here are events that I set up within the group, tonight's training. So those are housed inside of a group, meaning only people can see it if they first join the group. All right, I don't think I saw any other questions, so I want to take you through a quick Canva tutorial and just show you a couple things. Well, Danny says she has 2 parties, but they're in January. When should she start making the group? You could make it now. I just don't invite people until like 4 days ahead. So I tell people, whatever your hostess's name is, hey Sue, hey Ann, your party's January 8th. I've got the date reserved for you. I'll be checking in around the 1st so we can start inviting people. Or I'll be checking in around the 2nd so we can be inviting people, okay? Do I ever post on my personal page? I post everything on my personal page as long as it's following attraction marketing. That means you don't brand your products, you don't brand your company, you brand yourself, okay? You follow my organic social media posting strategies of the 80-20 rule, and you only do 20% product promotion or company or business promotion. And even when you do, it's super cryptic, it's curiosity, it's giving people the benefits, not trying to sell the product, and getting them to ask questions, okay? And Sue, I know you asked that a couple times. Hopefully that helps. I have never done a battleship game. I don't know what that is, but I would love if you want to go talk to us about that in the group and tell us more. It sounds fun. Sounds fun. Okay. All right. I don't think I missed any questions. Feel free to go ahead and tag me in anything if there is something I missed. For those of you who want to see Canva, let's take a quick peek in there. Which page am I sharing right now? I don't know. So let's just share a new screen and we'll do Canva, and then we will be, oh, let me go ahead and hide that comment so that's not there. And thank you guys so much for joining me. We will be back tomorrow night at 8:30 Central for our Thursday night training, and it's so fun. It's the actual party. As if this hasn't been a party all the time already. Friday's training is at 3 o'clock. Yes, Friday's training is at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. Okay, day 5 is during the day. Thursday will be tomorrow night. My group is private. I always teach private groups. I want to know who's in there. I want to know why they're in there. I want them to have to answer questions. I don't want them to see my stuff unless I know they're seeing my stuff. Okay, last, if you're still hanging. Oh, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. Dang. We can just party all night long. So really, really quick, Canva. These are some past things that I have created. I am by no means like this uber amazing creative person. I just have found templates, and templates make things easy and fun. These are actually some templates that Michelle Cunningham gave us of hers, because one of the things you can do is share templates. So if you're in my Evergreen group, if you win the Trello board, you get Canva links to my templates. So if I've made something you like, I just share each week my little welcome post so that my girls can just go in, click on it, and edit it instead of having to make their own. But you can see all kinds of different things, okay? So when I'm doing a welcome post, I typically just start this as a welcome post as a Facebook post. So I'm going to show you templates, okay? When you see long things like this, those are cover photos, all right? So when we're making a game like pick a pumpkin, win a prize, I made this graphic in Canva, but I didn't start from scratch. I found a template that was called Fall Fest. This was the actual original template that Canva had. And then I just edited it to make it into a game that I wanted to play. You guys will learn about games on day 4 and mostly on day 5 on how to get bookings off of bookings, but this is a really fun and effective one. Very, very simple and a great way to win a prize. So I just made the graphic. I don't like to copy and paste a whole lot off the internet. I like to find it because hashtag GTS, Google that stuff. Google is a really great tool, but I don't like to just copy it. I like to make it my own. So when you're ready to create Canva, go to canva.com. They do have a free version. They also have a pro version. You can do it on your phone. It is much more user-friendly on your computer, and you just simply go hover over templates at the top. And if you're going to do a welcome post, I just choose Facebook post, okay? From that, you're going to see a ton of templates. They have seasonal templates at the front, but you can also simply search whatever you want to search. Look, you can do coronavirus Facebook post. Wow, that's exciting. Apparently, they've got uploaded the most popular things. I don't know, because I have not searched Corona. Let's say you're doing a makeup party. You just type in makeup. You find something super cute that you like. And I'm going to change it back to Facebook posts. Because it switched it to every single kind of everything. We'll just go with Instagram. Close enough. So then it's like a smaller size. So I just create my welcome post. Go with something super cute that makes you happy, and you just click on it It doesn't have to be like, that's fine that that's not your company's actual products. You could upload your company's products, and I can show you that in a second. And you just click on stuff and you edit it. It's so easy. So we're going to say Mariah's Makeup Madness Party. And then we can make this be join us for, and if you want it to be bigger, just come up here and change the text. And if you want, this needs to be moved around, we can just drag and drop, drag and drop. And then we can go ahead and reiterate the time here and then make that bigger. So Sunday, 8:30 live. I like to put time zones. You guys, the most exciting thing was when I ended up in time zones that were not mine. I was like, wow, this is super weird. And now we're in different countries. So that was really awesome. And I'm talking for my network marketing business and this challenge. So you just download it. You want to save it as a PNG file so that it's a picture. And then you can just upload it right into Facebook the same way you would any picture. Okay. If you wanted to upload any of your own, you come over to this menu. I am not doing a big Canva tutorial, very, very basic. But you can just hit uploads and upload any media that you have, any photos that you have on your computer, Facebook, Google Drive, Instagram, or Dropbox. And then this is where you can maybe personalize some things with actual company products, with themes, whatever it is. So here's a bunch of photos that I've uploaded. We did a little Tiffany's giveaway. So that is why I had that in there. In October, you know, as I've grown my team, I do more larger stuff for giveaways, and we kind of all go in and inviting people together. So that's why that's there. Starbucks, whatever, just drag and drop, pretty user friendly. The last thing I'll show you real quick, let's go back to the home screen. If you want to do a cover photo, just go to templates and oops, sorry about that. Templates at the top. Oh, come on. Facebook cover. And then you're going to see examples of Facebook covers that are, well, that didn't update, that are different dimensions than a post. Okay. Why is it not updating? What am I doing wrong? Not being patient enough? That would be impossible. Oh, well, we'll just scroll down. We'll just scroll. So here's different Facebook cover photos. We can see them all. So if you feel like you're not creative, that's okay. Somebody who's on Canva is. So let's just pick this super cute Merry Christmas one, and we're going to use this template. And now you're going to make your cover photo that says happy and healthy for the holidays. And then you can just stretch this stuff out, move it around however you want. Oh, come on. Now I just duplicated the page. Stretch it out. And so some of this is just like learning how to manipulate the buttons. If you're new, if you want to add a new text box, you can come over here on the left. And so now we can just add a text box. There's different fonts you can choose from. You guys can stay up all night doing this stuff. Thursday live, 8:30 p.m. All right. That's all I'm going to share about Canva. Go have fun. This is the one that I do like to resize it. If you are a tad bit advanced and this is not overwhelming to you, I like to resize it to 640 by 360. Okay, so you can resize anything, copy and resize it. That's actually the dimensions that will fit whether it's on your phone or on your computer. Okay. All right, I'm going to pop over, see if I missed anything. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again tonight. What? I froze? You guys, that whole time I was freezing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, did you like what I said? Lord have mercy. That is awful. 23 people are left because y'all are like, you suck. You did not show us what you said you were showing us. How embarrassing. All right, fine. I'll show you real quick. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to share with you real quick what I just showed you. And I'll see you tomorrow. How embarrassing. Somebody's probably messaging me like, we can't see anything and you're still talking. Well, go to bed. Go to bed, come back tomorrow. So there's happy and healthy for the holidays. That's a bummer. There's a little makeup one I made. So what I'll do for you guys is I'll record a quick little thing that I just talked about and just shared, and I'll upload it as a separate one, and I'll cut this end of this video off so all the recorded people don't have to watch it. Okay. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow at, it froze on the pumpkins. That's why you're always supposed to have your phone here so you can see. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 Central for the live party. Go do your homework. Go have fun. Go create some graphics. I'm just going to jump on here by myself, and do a Canva tutorial. Separate video. Anybody wants to come back, I'm coming right back on. All right? And I'll cut this video down later. Okay, guys, if you did catch the replay, hashtag replay, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Bye for now.